Welcome back to the Breakroom, everybody. Today, we're doing a classic Breakroom staple, a favorite, headlines. Woo! Oops, all headlines.
Oops, all headlines.
That's right. And joining, there it is, there's that graphic.
Yeah.
Joining me, your Zack Huddleston, your big bad voodoo zaddy, is my good friend, the Rochester drip god, Tommy Bechtold.
They call me Rochester Riz King. What's at you? What's at you? Sheesh!
That's right. We're both 16.
We're a couple teen influencers coming at you today to give you all the freshest news. No cap.
That's right. No cap, guys. We're keeping it 100. Speaking of which, hey, we're streaming live on Twitch right now. If you're watching us on Twitch, hey, what's up? We're so glad you're joining us. Please, as we're going through headlines, as we're bringing up topics, give your reactions, ask questions in particular in the chat. We're going to try to answer those during the video. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. Please like and subscribe. This brand new, beautiful YouTube channel, Breakroom NR.
Yeah.
Also, follow us on Twitch. You can, if you're around live, watch it on Twitch. If you're not around then and you want to watch later, we got YouTube.
There's lots of fun to be had here, folks. And you know what? Yes, today, 2 hosts. Tomorrow, there'll be 4 hosts. Ooh. Someday, if I have it my way, 1 host, okay?
Just
you feel what I'm saying? No, actually not me.
Somebody else.
Jay Washington by himself.
Yes,
but yeah, we're going to have fun talking. We're going to do different formats. That's the magic of this break room being its own separate entity. We can mix it up. Zach and I don't need anyone else to talk about the headlines. We just need each other. And that's all we got. Brothers. Moving on.
Right. A lot of our news today is around the #1 movie at the box office and the #1 movie in our hearts and minds.
So good.
I keep saying Into the Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
Spider-Verse 2 to me and to you.
Yes.
A lot of fun news around there. Of course, it's we're also going to cover some writer's strike related delays.
Damn these selfish writers. When will they stop asking for what they rightfully deserve?
That's right. We stand in solidarity with all unions, but it is keeping us from getting some of our juicy Marvel content. Yeah. And Christopher Nolan has said some truly bonkers stuff that we're going to have to dive into because it's hilarious.
Yeah. Pretty dark.
Just like his cinematography.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Starting off with some Spider-Verse headlines. As of today, Across the Spider-Verse has grossed $250 million worldwide. That's $250 million, Tommy.
It's pretty crazy that in the same year we're going to have these two, between Mario and Spider-Verse, these 2 giant animated things, and neither are Disney.
That's right.
However, knocking on box office doors, Elemental out in a couple
right
of
around
weeks.
the corner. Yeah. So far, this is also a fun achievement for Across the Spider-Verse. It is currently the highest ranked film on Letterboxd. If you're not familiar with Letterboxd, it is a movie nerd social media kind of platform where you go through, you rate every movie you've ever seen, maybe you start a list of movies you want to watch. It is kind of like the old IMDb 100 or something like that, but it specifically caters to movie nerds. Now, you might be like, wow, #1 movie, what did it bump off? Citizen Kane, Godfather 2, Avengers Endgame?
Gone with the Wind, Casablanca, The Wizard of Oz, Singing in the Rain.
No, it's a unique site with some very specific favorites there. The previous #1 was the Russian film Come and See.
Oh.
It's a World War II very harrowing drama that off-screen producer Dashiell and I were just chatting about. I haven't seen it. He has seen it. He loves it.
Because usually it's the opposite.
See and come?
You come, yeah.
It's a different movie.
Oh, no. We're coming, can't see.
That's on Boxed Letter.
Oh God.
Okay.
Letterboxd.
That's right.
Letterboxd.
And then the number 2 movie that is now bumped down to the #3 movie was Bong Joon-ho's Parasite.
Oh, all right.
A lot more people have seen a more recent movie.
And I would say Letterboxd caters to more recent kind of not independent fare, but alternative fare, as opposed to your classic box office blockbusters.
Yes.
However, 1985 movie is going on 30 years old.
Yeah, and I mean a credit to a very mainstream superhero animated movie for being #1. So maybe low key Oscar campaign.
I think Jay might have been on here, the one that said it first, where he said it not only needs to be in consideration for best animated feature.
Absolutely,
obviously. The first one famously won. it needs to be in consideration for Best Picture.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, there's been precedent. Babe the Pig, that movie was nominated for a Best Picture before the expanded category.
Yeah,
I mean,
Black Panther got a nomination.
Right.
A lot of people thought Dark Knight should have had one, and that kind of led them to change the categories.
Right.
So yeah, it wouldn't be that far.
And I think, like, the common thing to scoff if you're like, a film snob is to say that this film, like, it's a cartoon or it's animated. It's not even a cartoon. It's animated, so it must be geared for children. This is a very emotional and complex film, albeit about Spider-Men and Spider-Women, but like the themes in it are very complicated, and I don't think like just your standard 8-year-old is going to go into it and be like, I got that.
No, there's a lot of stuff about parenting in this movie, right? Both being the child of parents and being a parent to somebody like that lots of people could dig. Now, will the 80-year-old white men who comprise the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences dig it? We'll find out.
I think they'll be scared. They're like, there's a T-Rex Spider-Man now! Ah!
T-Rex triggered. Co-star of Across the Spider-Verse, Haley Steinfeld, has said that she hasn't, as of now, recorded any lines for Beyond the Spider-Verse, the third film in the franchise.
Right.
And just as a little background, that movie is supposed to come out March of next year, less than 12 months from now. She's yet to record any dialogue. Now, I'm not that familiar with the animation production process, and like when you normally record dialogue.
Right.
She said she had recorded dialogue for Across the Spider-Verse like over the last 4 years. So, a lot of people have been like, it took them a long time to get this movie out. Are they going to be able to pump out another movie in a year?
I mean, this is as inside baseball as my knowledge will let me get, because I worked at Family Guy for a while, and I was familiar with the animation process because part of my job was signing in the actors as they were recording that day. It's a continuous thing. There's different versions of the film. They do like a scratch recording, and then they'll come in different animatics. They'll be different, like come in and do pickups, come in and do that. There's also a chance that she doesn't realize, not that she's not smart enough, but that she doesn't know some of the things she recorded for Across the Spider-Verse are going to be beyond.
Also, maybe she dies in the first 30 seconds.
Well, and a lot of Game of Thrones actors found out the hard way at a table read that you may not even get words in before you're done. Your
that's right. Sean Bean, no need to worry about that second season pickup, my man.
Sean Bean, go ahead and put a pause on buying that jacuzzi. We're not sure we're going to need you for season 2, okay?
That's right. Other news, Quantumania writer and Tommy Bechtold's personal friend, Jeff Loveness, shared that he wrote some jokes that made it into Across the Spider-Verse. In other Jeff Loveness news, the rumor is he is no longer writing Kang Dynasty?
I had only heard whispers around the office about that. I could see him being kind of done, I mean, he's got, obviously, he's a very successful TV writer with Rick and Morty. He's had good comic runs that have been well received by fans. And if the entire Marvel MCU future is kind of up in the air with different possible recastings or redirections, it's like, maybe he didn't leave, maybe he left, maybe he didn't. There's probably not a ton going on right now.
That's right. Guess. Technically,
well, actually, there's none going on.
That's right. Technically, nobody should be writing that movie right now.
Pencils down,
because the writers are on strike. When asked about a live-action Miles Morales and animated Spider-Woman movie, Sony producer Amy Pascal said, "It's all happening."
See, you read it that way. I read it that they asked her like at 2 a.m. at a rave, and she was like peeking on MDMA, and she's like, "It's all happening. Everything is happening."
And for years, right? Really, since Sam Raimi was making Spider-Man movies have been the most successful thing at Sony. A license to print money for them. Obviously, the Tom Holland movies have been incredibly lucrative, and now these movies are incredibly lucrative for them, right? They've signed a deal with Amazon. I think that's where the Silk series is going to be made, and I think there's also a Spider Noir project in development there. So Morbius and Venom and soon to be Kraven the Hunter and Madam Web, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Of course, they want to make as much Spider content as possible.
It would be a lot of fun. There's a lot to speculate, and by the way, I think now is a great time to invite our Twitch viewers to what Amazon Sony collaborations do you want to see TV shows made of? Because I see this as a real opportunity to have the potential that was there that first season of Daredevil, that first season of Jessica Jones, when the Netflix MCU or Netflix Marvel Studios crossovers were really cooking.
Yes.
Before it kind of got a little too convoluted.
Say what you will about Amazon series, they've done superhero well. The Boys and Invincible.
That's true. Two of the best
great.
things they have on there. Must-see viewing. So, yeah, I think like that opportunity and for them to build kind of a sub-world of their own outside of the Disney Plus MCU shows, but with the knowledge that there's chances any of these characters with the relationship Sony and Disney have could cross over at any time. It's like, I don't know. What do you guys want to see? Let me know. Let us know.
Throw it in the chat, and then we'd love to read those later. In a later interview, Tom Holland, who I think was at the premiere, said there's stuff going on, and cheekily said, Amy Pascal loves a headline.
Wow.
Ooh, subtweeting his executive. Damn.
Wow.
That
bitch loves a headline. She does. I say, you want to see Tom Holland in the spider suit again, you better back up the Spider Brinks truck.
Damn, is that Captain Tom Holland?
Hey, you listen to me.
Is that Ian McShane plays Tom Holland? And that was also, that quote was, sorry, I think I was skipping around a little bit. That quote was actually in regard, Tom Holland was talking about a Spider-Man 4.
Yes.
That has been rumored. It's like they're starting the very early discussions about development. Obviously, it's not being written right now because nothing's being written. But if they were to start working on that, and let's say the writer's strike ends and all the other strikes end, and maybe late summer, early fall, they can start working on that. As far as when would we get the next Spider-Man movie? For reference, Far From Home started development in 2017 and came out in 2019.
Right.
So, if it's 18 months, 2 years it takes from starting development to release, usually. So, maybe if they can start late 2023, is that a 2025 Christmas release?
Yeah, maybe? I mean, they can fast track stuff too, especially if it falls into a bigger plan with Secret Wars and all of that stuff. But I also think it's interesting. The Tom Holland, I think, just publicly said a couple days ago that he's taking a year off of acting because of how difficult his new TV show,
The Crowded Room.
Yes, he said it was. I think the quote was, "It broke him." So it's like, obviously, the financial incentive to come back as Spider-Man could, put yourself back together.
The last time you put on that suit, you made one of the biggest movies of all time? Yeah, why not?
I also think it's interesting, he is now only as old as Tobey Maguire was when he filmed the first Spider-Man movie.
Ooh, so good factoid.
So there's 27. He just turned 27. Tobey Maguire was 27 in 2000 when Spider-Man 1 came out. So it's like, Tom Holland has another decade, if he wants to, of being Spider-Man because he's so young looking. A lot of people tell me I have a baby face, but Tom Holland, he's got a preemie face.
And the nice thing about that, right? We just watched a Spider-Verse movie that has a Peter B. Parker character that gets to explore middle-aged Spider-Dom, right? The Tobey movies never really got that, even though he was middle-aged by the time it was ended. But he was still kind of having to play a high school, college-age character.
Yes, exactly.
Whereas now, if we get to spend a longer period of time with Tom Holland, right, he can kind
we
of
could
age
time
into
jump
that
to
stuff.
Ned and MJ being out of MIT or wherever they were going to school, and him trying to reconnect with them after college and remember who I am.
Yeah.
Reverse the curse.
Yeah.
MIT, Boston, reverse the curse. Come on, guys. Guys, these jokes don't pay for themselves. I make $10,000 a year here. Okay? I'm one of the highest paid employees.
Tommy, we need to go on strike for you. We got some responses from the chat. You'd like to see these spider things. Paintamenti, our good friend Paintamenti, welcome back. Morbius 3, Morbin out of the Morbiverse.
Wow.
I love we're skipping right over Morbius 2, Paintamenti, and going straight to Morbius 3.
Bold strategy, and I think the right strategy. Skip Morbius 2.
If you put out Morbius 3, would anybody even notice that there hadn't been a Morbius 2?
I don't think so, and I also think then you just make your own pull quotes where you're after the triumph of Morbius 2, everyone has forgotten Morbius.
The Return of the Jedi of the Morbius franchise.
This is the Across the Spider-Verse of Morbius.
The Salamander, a Spider-Verse Visions type anthology series. Oh, that is such a great idea.
Yeah.
You could do one episode on all of these spider people.
Yeah.
Right? So we don't need 8 episodes of
Through the gaze of Madam Web, maybe?
Yes.
Opens up on Madam Web and she looks into a shard of glass and it's there's Peter B. Parker. Looks into a shard of glass. There's Peter parked car.
Yes. I saw a great joke on Twitter about Peter parked car. Somebody asked what was his canon event. Somebody said his Uncle Ben's died.
Oh, his Aunt Mayback.
That's right. Beware the Dread said, we need an across the Morbius first.
Oh,
Hell
man.
yeah,
I like that. I like this is the perfect break room level
Yes.
of bit answers and genuine answers.
Crazy Lizard 503 Spider Ham Show.
I'm all in on that.
Like a legit Looney Tunes
Yes.
aimed at kids, but also kind of like that old school. Like the Looney Tunes worked on multiple levels. You could do that with Spider Ham. H Basso 13. I need a Spider-Ham India, or Spider-Man India, not Spider-Ham India. Spider-Man India, absolutely.
I agree. I need more Mumbattan anyway in my life, and that was. I'm hoping we'll get much more of at least that character in the third movie. Obviously, what's his name?
Pavatar. Every time I say it, I know I'm saying it wrong.
Well, it's. I used to have a Dr. Perlbacher, and his last name is Parbacher, and I always want to say Perlbacher, but it's not. It's a fun anecdote about me. They were both Indian gentlemen, so I feel like there's something related to it.
Yeah.
But, I want more Spider-Man India. Fantastic Morbius, Prospero Rex.
Yeah, Fantastic Morbius. Love it. 4 different Morbiuses. And then Black Dragonfly saying, give me a Sinister Six.
Which I think they've been trying to do that forever. So I almost feel like maybe take the burden off of it being a feature film and make it a TV show.
Absolutely.
Make a Sinister Six TV show.
You can mix up your casting, you can mix up your canon, however you want to do it. I like that idea. In an interview, Lord Miller, the guiding hand behind the Spider-Verse franchise, they said that Beyond the Spider-Verse, the third film, will be their last Spider-Verse movie. That's right. Everybody's got a trilogy in them and probably not more, right? Nolan got out after 3 Batmans.
That's right.
Raimi got out maybe a little too late after 3 Spider-Man.
That's right.
Yeah. Great.
Zemeckis and Gale, they bounced after 3 Back to the Futures.
Yeah, smart. And that's a beloved franchise.
And they haven't ruined it by trying to make a new one.
Ruined. Real quick, we want to shout out the shirts that both Tommy and I are wearing.
Oh, yeah.
I am wearing one of the Spider-Verse inspired designs from nerdriot.shop. If you see, it's kind of got like all the different spider emblems kind of like fading as if you were looking through the Spider-Verse yourself. And then Tommy's wearing one of our designs inspired by Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, our album cover designs. And I have to say, I love these shirts. These are my most complimented on shirts. Nerd Riot knocked it out of the park with these. The Groot Nirvana one is an instant classic. The Dark Side of the Moon with the...
I really like the David Bowie inspired Star-Lord.
Yes.
You can get all those designs at nerdriot.shop. And keep an eye peeled. Very soon we are dropping some Secret Invasion designs. They're going to be really cool, very kind of scrolly. And then we're not too far out from, we're going to have a Indiana Jones design.
Yes.
We're going to have a very cool Barbie design that I think off-screen producer John Costa inspired.
I can't wait.
And some other cool stuff.
He's always playing with his dolls. Mm-hmm. We're always inspired.
Is that what he calls it? John just walked in the room. Okay, focus. Back to spider-related news, spider-adjacent news. We're getting a Madam Web movie next year, right? It's already been in production. Producer Lorenzo Di Bonaventura, who's brought us some cinematic classics, G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra.
Oh, yes.
I believe he worked on The Meg.
Most recently... and a much discussed movie on this channel, Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
That's right. In fact, much discussed. Tommy, you are making multiple pieces of content around Transformers.
I'm transforming my role at this company from Clown Prince to transforming Wince.
Well, I've always said you're a beast. Time for you to rise. But you watch this movie, you're doing a breakdown. It should be coming out later this week. You're doing an ending explained. And then tomorrow on this, both those things are going to be on the new Rockstars channel.
Yes.
But tomorrow on this channel, in the break room and on Twitch, you're going to be doing a live stream reaction show with some of our friends.
Some of our friends who have seen the movie, Corjandro, Jay Washington, Brandon Barrick, heard of him? Yeah, we're going to be chopping it up, transforming, assembling, if you will, and rolling out a discussion. And as Optimus Prime says in the movie, let them come.
Come and see?
Yeah, come and see. Come and see.
1985 Russian film. So go see that movie tonight. It's probably opening in your hometown, and then come watch some of that great content here, or see it whenever you can. And come back to New Rockstars and Breakroom to watch that content.
Don't you worry about it, baby. We're going to be talking Transformers for years to come.
That's
I have a feeling.
Lorenzo Di Bonaventura, the producer of Madam Web, shared that it is an origin story for Madam Web. He said You meet her before she's actually the person that you know in the comic book, and you come to understand how she becomes that person. It'll be really fresh, new terrain for the fans.
I'm interested by that quote because, to my knowledge, all of the leaked plot things to that made it feel like she was assembling a team of spider people, but this makes it feel more like they all accidentally find each other.
Or maybe that's like first half, second half of the movie
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, Dakota Johnson will be playing the titular Madam Webb. And in some older news, but still news to us, Sydney Sweeney, who we knew had been cast in the film, she's been confirmed to be playing Julia Carpenter, the second Spider-Woman.
Okay. So Jessica Drew is OG?
That sounds right. Of the multiple women that have donned the Spider-Woman name, I think Sydney Sweeney will be playing one of them. So, might we see multiple Spider-Women?
I mean, I see multiple Spider-Women in my dreams every night. So, yeah, I think so. I'm excited for this film more so than I think previous Spider or Spumsy movies. Craven, I'm excited about too, just because I like Aaron Taylor Johnson. But, I don't know too much about Craven. I think this movie has potential with the cast, Adam Scott, and I'm forgetting others now that are in it, to be a really well done movie as long as it's not bonkersly written. So that is my hope. My hope is that no one jumps off of a giant steamship or cargo ship and swims 20 miles to shore after just relearning how to walk.
I don't know what movie you're referring to.
Morbius!
Oh, that one.
You saw it twice.
I did. I saw it twice.
Well, Zach wasn't paying a lot of attention because we were hugging so hard during most of it, crying.
And a reminder, the character Sydney Sweeney's playing, who was the second Spider-Woman, she eventually becomes a Madam Web as well in the comics. So is she going to dethrone Dakota Johnson in her own movie?
Ooh.
There's some Daredevil Born Again news. Another series we're very excited about. We were just talking about 2024 things to look forward to. And Daredevil Born Again is high on that list.
Count me in.
It could be a misdirect, but Deborah Ann Woll, star of the Netflix series, has confirmed there are no plans for her in the MCU. Do you think she's saying that so it's a fun surprise when she does show up?
I currently take all confirmations of no plans as pretty good signs that they'll be there.
Yeah.
Usually they say nothing if there's going to be. Even the entire wasn't Tobey Maguire the entire time before
No Way Home?
No Way Home, wasn't he I have no idea. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think so. I haven't heard anything.
Maybe Deborah Ann Woll making an appearance in Daredevil, not quite the same level as
No, but you know what I mean. He cut from the same tree trunk.
There's somebody who is confirmed to be in there, Vincent D'Onofrio, said that he and Charlie Cox will be at San Diego Comic-Con for sure.
Anyone else guaranteed to be there?
That's right. New Rockstars and the Breakroom. Tommy Bechtold confirmed to be there. Eric Voss confirmed to be there. Myself confirmed to be there. Yes. Some other faces that you recognize from this channel and New Rockstars will be at San Diego Comic-Con. We just found out we're doing a panel Friday night, July 21st, 8 to 9 p.m. in room 6DE.
That's the big one.
I say that out loud because that is an almost 900-person room. That's where Gotham, the CW show, would have their panel.
Lord
Jim
knows.
Lee, head of DC Comics, would have his panel in 60E. Little old New Rockstars and Breakroom's got to fill that room.
Come on. We need you. God knows I need you now more than ever, guys. I might even take a break from calling you trash bags. I might just call you my Twitch bitches, okay?
Ooh.
Come on.
Twash bags?
Join me.
Maybe,
join Zach.
Hey, can we get Vince D'Onofrio to come?
Hey, Vinny D, you're busy Friday night? I'll take you to the old spaghetti factory afterwards.
That guy gives great interview. Yeah. Anytime he does an interview, it's great. We would love to have him show up. I'm not promising Vincent D'Onofrio will be there, but I'm not promising he won't
Give me the Cox twins, Alakwa and Charlie.
Speaking of Alakwa Cox,
I want a Cox in each hand. Sorry,
Alakwa Cox, star of Echo, has also confirmed that she'll be at San Diego Comic-Con again. Echo coming out in November of this year.
Coming out in November of this year. I did an echo. It was a fun little trick I did for you. That got my first audible groan.
Hopefully, we're about 5-6 weeks out from San Diego Comic-Con, so hopefully the next few weeks we're going to start getting a lot more announcements. the announcement of the Marvel panel, when and if there might be a DC panel James Gunn might be appearing at. We might start speculating more on like what the big announcements are going to be, and we're going to let you know about what our coverage is going to look like because we're going to do all kinds of.
We
awesome
have big plans. Long has the sleeping giant laid dormant at Comic-Con for this channel, and no more.
That's right.
We are making what I call money moves.
We're coming in heavy.
Yes. I'm coming in the heaviest I've ever been.
We ran a little poll on the Twitch chat. Will Beyond the Spider-Verse come out on time? 75% of the chat said no. Oh.
I don't know how much can they push it though. I mean, obviously they can delay it till the fall, but do you think they would delay it a whole year?
I mean, they delayed Across the Spider-Verse, and it didn't hurt that film at all, right? It's printing money, and it's beloved. No. So I think, and this is what everybody says, take as much time as you need.
Yeah, I agree.
We would love to see that movie next year, but we especially want to see that movie great. So take as much time as you need to make it good. Maybe they feel like they can make it good by next year.
No, but you're right. You're right. Take your time, everybody. Take your time.
That's right.
Hey, take your time.
Take your time. Your boy Jay in the chat saying, you think Miles and Gwen get pulled into Secret Wars?
Here's my problem with that, or my question. They pull Miles and Gwen into a live action movie. I feel like
they can't be animated.
Yeah, like they're gonna have to be real human actors playing them. So then it's like, all right, well, is Haley Steinfeld gonna be?
No, it won't be Haley Steinfeld. I think it does get confusing. I think the only way that happens is if Sony has already committed to making Miles and Gwen live action content, and they've already made that casting.
Yes.
Otherwise, they won't want to loan out those characters to Marvel and have to commit to an actor or an actress or whatever.
But if they have done that, and if they do plan on that, then it's a great way to get a lot of eyeballs on two of what are going to be box office boomers for them.
Box office boffo boomers. Lawrence5414, since Peter is supposed to be the main character of the Kang Dynasty and presumably Secret Wars, my hot take is that Peter's gonna die, especially with that live action Miles Morales movie. He could replace him. Oh. So Tom Holland dead?
In real life too, or just I hope
Tom Holland's Peter Parker is what I was saying there. Bold. I don't know. I could also foresee, again, just thinking a very cynical capitalist point of view. Sony will not want to do anything to kill a Spider-Man, and they will milk Tom Holland's franchise for as long as they can.
Yes.
Maybe they try to launch a parallel Miles Morales.
Yeah.
But I don't think they want to replace. I think they want to augment.
They couldn't even bring themselves to kill Tobey Maguire in Far From Home. They're like, we're going to stab him and then make a joke about how often he's been stabbed.
Trashbag 2, love the username.
Yes.
Here's a headline. The Empire is being finally sued due to their lack of safety railing. It's been way too easy to be thrown off like that stormtrooper in Mandalorian.
It's true. They really don't put an emphasis on safety railings in the Empire, and I'm sick of it.
That's right.
Those little mouse droids, the one just rolled right off the side of a cliff.
There's no space OSHA.
That's true.
There's no space compliance division. And if you get vertigo in any of those places, you're just doomed.
You're done for.
Okay?
Sposha, by the way, is how I say supposed to when I have a mouthful of meatballs. Sposha, you're supposed to clean up after me.
Sposha is also the sound your body makes sometimes, isn't it?
Sposha. Sposha. Bring me Sposha.
We got some Secret Invasion news. And that series is coming out 2 weeks. Very excited for
We're
that.
knocking on its door.
Yes. We got, Tommy and I actually earlier did a reaction video. Mm-hmm. They did this really fun way to release a scene from Secret Invasion. They put up a secret website, and then you had to guess the password to get access to it. When you did, which we in the office figured it out, and some folks on Reddit figured it out, you get to watch a full clip from the series. We watched that and reacted to it. That clip might be up on the channel already or will be up soon. So check out our reaction video to it. It was great. It was really cool. It got me more hyped.
It definitely got me more excited because it made it feel more like a real TV show than like, your average trailer that's cut through small moments. I will say the password is password, which feels like a shortcoming. They should have maybe worked a little harder on that, but. We've
got some other Marvel news. That's okay. Little prompter, Razzmatazz. All this will be cut out in the live version.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth admitted, he said in an interview that Thor Love and Thunder was a little too silly. He said, I cringe and laugh equally at it. Oh. I mean, I think that franchise is, especially under Taika Waititi, Ragnarok was this great balance of serious and funny, and maybe they just got that balance wrong in that movie.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
we've all been there before, even doing live comedy, where it's like you start to get a little silly on stage with your friends, and you're having a good time, and you kind of lose the thread of like, hey, what does the audience want to watch? And you're like, I'm no, especially in long form improv, which Zach and I will be doing live very soon in a city near you. But I'm always plugging, baby. That's my secret. I'm always plugging. But I think that's the instinct. You're having fun. You want to joke around, and those jokes in Ragnarok work, like you said, because of the balance. Hela's ripping his eye out. You know, it's like in one scene, so you need a little levity. You need some Korg in the other scenes. You need Thor to be a little bit witty. I agree with his thing that there were times watching that movie where I was like, oh, he's making a joke about eating people. Like, it's like, I mean, come on.
Yeah, and he went on in the interview to say, I think we just had too much fun. Yeah. It became too silly, on set. And it's like, yeah, you can tell these people probably really like being around each other and working together. But man, making a successful, gigantic superhero movie with lots of CGI and big action pieces, it is tough. And maybe if you're having too good a time, maybe that can come with the cost of
got a little high on their own supply.
Yeah, maybe. Still a fun movie.
Still a very fun movie.
Elizabeth Olsen, in an interview, said she'd be comfortable if she's done with Marvel. Feels like a contract tease to me.
Yeah.
Pay up, Feige. Pay up. Saying, if someone were to tell me that I'm fired from Marvel movies, I will feel proud of what we made.
Come on.
As she should.
Yeah. I mean, what is she supposed to say? If I've never played Scarlet Witch again, I feel like I've left a lot out there for me to explore. No, she's got to say she was proud of it.
And she's had a multi-film and series run. There's nothing left undone there. That said, I'm sure she'd come back and I'm sure it'd be awesome.
She's also said in interviews not that long ago that she'd love to play the character again. I think it's just more of a zen, like, whatever may be, may be.
Well, and I think you guys touched on this a little bit yesterday in your rumors show. A lot of rumors that she might show up in Agatha Coven of Chaos, potentially.
Yeah. I have mixed feelings about that because on one hand, I think enough time has passed since Multiverse of Madness that if they want to bring that character back, even though not a lot of properties that have been in that world have passed, I think actual time on Earth have passed. So I don't know. She's also great in that role, and maybe even if it's just a post credit in the last episode, maybe just give us a little hope that we're getting her back. Yeah.
Let's do a quick rundown. We mentioned the writer's strike earlier. I guess the Thunderbolts production has officially paused because of the writer's strike. Previously, Blade, that film had paused. I know the Wonder Man series has been paused because of the writer's strike. Who knows what else, maybe unannounced in development projects have been paused.
Do you think Blade, they were just like, thank God.
Well, that movie had already been delayed significantly.
That's what I mean. They're just
and now it's been paused. It's a little bit snake bit. Maybe you could even say vampire bit. I don't know. But we'll monitor that. The strike could end any day now. A lot of people are speculating it might go till August or September. So that's just a couple month delay for some of these projects. If the strike goes a lot longer, we could be seeing.
Once if that SAG strike happens, then I feel like we're in for it.
So fingers crossed that all parties are able to come to an amicable decision, and we get our constant morphine drip of content that we need to survive.
Feed me.
Speaking of Thunderbolts, star Julia Louis-Dreyfus said the film is character-driven.
Oh, good. Like a little gentle character piece.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. Like they're just
it's
all
like John Cassavetes.
It's like August Osage County.
Yeah,
it's like
that's
a family
right.
dinner.
Character-driven. Interesting. That's an interesting quote. In some DC news, Andy Muschietti, the director of the Flash film that you have seen,
I have,
is rumored to be the director of the upcoming Batman Brave and Bold.
Love it.
The first Batman film under James Gunn. Now, this is not Matt Reeves' Batman. Yeah. This is obviously not Joker-verse.
Right.
Joaquin Phoenix over there. This would be a third concurrent Gotham-based.
And this is Batman with his son Damian Wayne as Robin. I will say, without any spoilers, after seeing The Flash, I would be very comfortable with this decision.
Yeah. Okay. I've only seen Andy Muschietti's It films that I also enjoyed.
Yes. Me too. Oh my God, those are both. And I don't even like horror movies. They're so scary.
Yeah. So great. We'll see if maybe that gets confirmed at San Diego Comic-Con. We got a couple other comments in the chat. Trashbag 2 coming back. Lizzie was great. Rip her untapped potential. Rest in peace. Well, we'll see. I feel like a lot of that potential got tapped. Not in that way, Evan.
Zack! This is a family show.
Lala Gem I want Blade to succeed so bad. Absolutely. I think any child of the 90s has very fond memories of the Blade franchise.
Yes.
We all love Mahershala Ali.
Yes.
We got a little bit of him over the weekend in the Spider-Verse movie.
Absolutely. Very surprising comeback. I'm all about it. I think, like you said, the pre-production portion has felt a little snake bit, but once they roll cameras, come on, baby. Let's sharpen those blades.
Absolutely. We got some Ahsoka news this week. Speaking of Star Wars stuff, we got confirmation it's coming out August 23rd.
Yes.
Okay. So just to give you like a sense of what's coming up on Disney Plus. So we have Secret Invasion starting late June and going through July. Then there's going to be a couple weeks off at the beginning of August. And then we get Ahsoka kind of back half of August into September. We know we're getting Echo in November. We know sometime probably in between there, likely October-ish, we're getting Loki.
Yes.
Is what we've been told. Now, still no announcement. We know the Skeleton Crew Star Wars series is coming out, supposedly still 2023.
Yes.
So maybe that's a December release.
Yes.
So they don't overlap with some of the other stuff. But we haven't gotten a trailer or anything on that.
No,
again, maybe
just some images.
Yeah, very little. Maybe that's a Comic-Con thing.
I hope there's a whole Lucasfilm Comic-Con panel.
We haven't seen anything from Skeleton Crew or The Acolyte. We've gotten a couple trailers and a lot of stuff from Ahsoka, but nothing else beyond that.
And The Acolyte has the actress that played D23, X23.
Yes. Who's all grown up.
Yeah.
All grown up.
Now, I do want to say with Secret Invasion, I can't say the name yet, but I believe I will be sitting down with one of the stars of that movie next week, or that TV show rather, as well as one of the directors. So hopefully, just to tease some Secret Invasion content, I believe we're hoping to have that ready to release next week. So
that is what a nice tease. So the rest of the year, and there's still some wild cards on Disney Plus. There's some rumors saying that X-Men 97 could come out this year. Some other rumors saying that's next year. Some rumors saying we could get Ironheart this year. Others saying that'll be held till next year. We do know Agatha Covenant of Chaos is beginning of 2024. Yes. And then sometime after that is Wonder Man and other series.
And we've got a man on the ground in X97, so we will continue to bother our friend Frank about when that's coming out, and if we can go and hang out and watch screeners of it, and if we can get toys.
Come on the show, Frank.
Come on the show, Frank Moran, you coward.
It was a lovely man who I think has come on the show in the past.
Who's been on the show and is the nicest person on earth.
In the chat, Trashbag2 saying, thanks for the bits. Brandon called me Trashbag 2 yesterday. It's just Trashbag. New season, same me. Wink emoji. Okay.
Trashbag, stay trashy.
Yeah. How about
I can smell that plastic.
Two trash, two bag.
Two garbages.
Yeah.
Too onerous. Too trash, too onerous. Odorous.
Thanks for subbing, Darth Bialoni and Robo87. Hey, if you haven't already, if you've got a Twitch sub you're itching to use, throw it our way. We'd really appreciate it.
God knows Zach and I like to eat Doritos in the break room, and we can't have Doritos unless we sell enough subs. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Sometimes we sell subs to eat Doritos.
Yeah, I'm out there hawking hoagies. I'm out there throwing
grinders.
I'm out there giving away grinders, and I'm out there,
We got a panini
handing out heroes.
We got a panini press.
Zach, I got to remind you again. That is simply an iron, and I need that for my shirts. Please stop using it. It is not a panini press.
We used to run the full court panini press in high school.
Triangles. And who gave out some subs? Paint Menti. Our day one boo thing. Grace Under Pressure. Thank you for gifting subs, guys. We couldn't do it without you.
Real quick, we're gonna wrap up here shortly. There was one more headline I wanted to talk about, and this is outside of the normal bounds of what we talk about. So, Zack Snyder has a movie coming out. It's a high concept sci-fi movie called Rebel Moon.
Yes.
Big budget Netflix movie. That's where he just did Army of the Dead not too long ago.
Yep.
So he's doing Rebel Moon. And they announced they're going to do something interesting with it. They're doing 2 cuts of it. One of which will be family friendly, and one will be for adults.
This is a gimmick for 12-year-old sleepovers. This exists solely to entice 12-year-olds to have sleepovers and be like, "You were just watching the family cut, Mom."
I love this concept. Yes. Again, child of the 90s. When we were growing up with basic cable,
yes,
you turn on TBS, TNT, whatever, right? Maybe there's a roadhouse.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a clear and present danger.
Yes.
Maybe there's some other basic cable mainstay.
Tango and Cash.
Animal House, whatever. No boobies.
That's
no
right.
butts. No F-bombs.
Not a nipple to be seen.
Nary a nipple to be seen. And so we got used to these kind of edited for basic cable
I didn't even know
versions of
people
movies.
had nipples or genitals for years. I was 25 when I found out.
Some question, if anybody does. I maintain the smooth boy theory that
that's
all
true.
people are.
You use the Pinocchio theory that we're all hardwood floors.
That's right. But I kind of dig this because also, this is nice for parents. We have a lot of parents that watch our content, maybe with their younger children. Maybe you got a 7 or 8 year old who might dig like a Pixar film or something like that, and you don't know because Zack Snyder's done some kind of racier stuff. You can watch that safe version. Or if it's you and me, a couple grizzled old nasty boys. Right?
We're like, can we watch the XXX version of this? They should do that.
There should be 3 levels. There should be the kid-friendly, the normal, and the way too much level.
My God, I do like it. All kidding aside, I think it is a very responsible way to show a wider audience your
especially
films.
on Netflix, where you could have all those listed together. Right? It's not like going to a theater where you'd have to pick one or the other. You could even flip back and forth between them or whatever. I'm kind of like, why haven't they done this for more stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also, it eliminates, there's been like movies, I can't off the top of my head think of like in the last 25 years where you're like, there's really only 2 scenes in this movie that make it unwatchable for like an older kid, you know? And it's like, wow, if you cut those scenes out, you probably don't lose too much of the narrative thing. And it's like, now you as a parent, or as like, a babysitter, or as like an uncle in a room not wanting to feel awkward. It's like you could watch that version and just get away with it. Put them to bed, watch the nasty version by yourself. The way God intended.
Pause frame, zoom and enhance. Do
Computer,
anything you want.
enhance on butt.
And like famously, even the MPAA that does the ratings for movie theaters, there's all these stories about Paul Verhoeven or Quentin Tarantino turning in a movie and getting NC-17. They cut out 35 seconds and it gets an R. Right? Like there's often a very fine line between those two things. It'd almost be, we might need to do a breakdown, like what are the differences, right? Like
we might need to do like a ton of research for that and just do a breakdown of it. Like I'll just watch a bunch of NC-17 movies and like just let you guys know what I find. Hey guys, I looked up all the highest grossing NC-17.
Tommy, Mr. Skin 2.0.
I just come in and I'm like, I need some Gatorade.
Why would you need Gatorade, Tommy?
Because I'm so sweaty about how nervous I am.
Oh, I thought it was something else. Okay. You know what? We didn't get to our Chris Nolan news, but maybe we'll save that. We've still got a while before Oppenheimer comes out. Yeah. The twist was we were all asleep the whole time. So thank you so much. Again, this was kind of an experiment in format, a show that's only built around the headlines.
If you like it, let us know. If you didn't like it, keep your opinion to your damn selves. It doesn't matter to us.
And I want to say to folks that are still watching either in the stream or on YouTube, and again, please, whenever you can, watch either or both of those. As we have just launched the Breakroom, and most of the work is not being done by Tommy and myself, but by the great people behind the scenes, John and Evan Dashiell, a lot of folks working on this channel. We're experimenting. We're trying to find out what works. What will the new, even more successful, better version of the Breakroom be? So we ask for your patience. We appreciate you for following us, maybe from New Rockstars in that version of the Breakroom to here. And we hope you'll stick around as we kind of find our new footing here.
Change can be difficult. And like I told my girlfriend, we're just going to try this throuple temporarily. If you don't get along with Jasmine, we'll ask her to leave. But I just ask you to keep an open mind and understand that I have enough love for 2 people. In fact, 3, because no one loves me more than me.
That's right. Love is infinite. It's not bounded like money or something.
Like a leather book.
Damn, I'm hot as hell. All right, on that note, let's get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe to the Breakroom if you haven't already. Follow us on Twitch, follow us on YouTube, and we appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day.
Sorry, Mom.
Keep it Gucci to Moochie, everybody.